In the beginning, there was nothing but chaos. And then, God spoke. Light burst into the darkness. The heavens and the earth took shape. Oceans roared, mountains rose, and life blossomed. And at the pinnacle of it all, God created humanity, Adam and Eve, crafted in His own image, placed in a paradise called Eden. This is where our story begins. The book of Genesis, the book of beginnings. A tale of creation, fall, and the first glimmers of hope. Let's journey through its pages together. But paradise didn't last. Temptation crept in. Adam and Eve chose their own way over God's, and with that choice, everything changed. Shame entered. Relationships fractured. They were exiled from Eden, and the world became a place of toil, pain, and death. This proves that our choices have consequences. Disobedience separates us from God, but even in judgment, there's a promise, a seed of hope that one day, the serpent's head will be crushed. The brokenness spread. Cain, consumed by jealousy, killed his brother Abel. Violence entered the human story. Yet, even here, God showed mercy, protecting Cain from vengeance. Moral lesson of this is that sin escalates when left unchecked, but God's grace is always present, even in our darkest moments. Humanity spiraled into corruption, but Noah found favor with God. He built an ark, saving his family and pairs of animals from a flood that washed the earth clean. After the waters receded, God made a covenant with Noah, symbolized by a rainbow, promising never to destroy the earth this way again. This is the fact that God values righteousness and keeps His promises, even when humanity fails. At Babel, humanity united to build a tower to the heavens, seeking their own glory. God confused their language, scattering them across the earth. Moral lesson: our attempts to reach God on our own terms often lead to chaos. Humility is key. Then came Abraham, a man called by God to leave his home and follow a promise. He would become the father of a great nation, and through him all nations would be blessed. Despite his flaws and doubts, Abraham believed God. His faith was tested when God asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac, but at the last moment, God provided a ram instead. Key takeaway from this is faith is trusting God's promises, even when the path seems impossible. God's plans are bigger than our understanding. Jacob, the deceiver, stole his brother Esau's blessing. Yet, God still worked through Jacob's brokenness. After wrestling with God, Jacob's name was changed to Israel, marking a transformation. Moral lesson is God can redeem even the most flawed individuals and use them for His purposes. Joseph, Jacob's favorite son, was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and rose to power in Egypt. Through his suffering, he saved his family from famine. His story ends with forgiveness and reconciliation, as he tells his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Key takeaway: God can turn even the worst circumstances into something good. Forgiveness and trust in God's plan bring healing. The book of Genesis is more than a story of beginnings. It's a story of God's relentless pursuit of humanity. It shows us the beauty of His original design, the devastation of sin, and the hope of redemption. Through covenants, promises, and flawed individuals, God lays the foundation for His ultimate plan, to restore what was broken. No matter how far we fall, God's grace is greater. He is the author of new beginnings, and His promises endure forever. This is Genesis, the prologue to the greatest story ever told. Please like, subscribe and share to join in spreading the gospel.